So he increased their salary by 104%. By the end of December, Tinubu single-handedly that year of between May and December, Tinubu single-handedly, right, write a check, a free check of over 40 billion naira for the Nigerian judiciary, the judges and the rest of them. Then in January this year, he increased their salary again. Now, the Chief Justice of Nigeria, whose salary annually was put then at 15 million naira, is going to be working home now with over 65 million naira. In fact, the package comes with other extras that every year the Chief Justice of Nigeria will walk home and walk away with over 120 million naira officially. 300% increase. Yes, and it has been approved by the National Assembly of Nigeria. It's the same for all public officials, PAs, SAs, special advisors, this, that, everywhere. They also got their own 104% salary increase. And it's been approved. It's been there. It's been gazetted. It's been paid. They're already paying them. A senator that used to kind of say, okay, they will walk away every month with over 35 million. Because of Tinubu's increase, a senator in Nigeria now will walk away every month with over 57 million naira. I know this is something that they do brazenly, with so much impunity. What do you go do? You just read about all this money. There's pretty much nothing you can do. So now, an House of Representative member will go home every month with nothing less than 38 to 40 million naira. This is the official. I'm not talking about the side deals and robberies, padded budget and all that. But it is only when it comes to the real people who actually uses the money they give to them in the economy of Nigeria, the workers. So the factors that makes it impossible is that, you see what you are witnessing at the center. In Abuja, you have the senators, you have the reps and all of that. Now I want you to duplicate that into 36 places. And that is the 36 states in Nigeria. What you are witnessing in Abuja is exactly that. It's the same thing playing out in every state in Nigeria. Every state. Just yesterday or 2 days ago, the governor of a Delta State gave a brand new Prado Jeep, 2024 Prado Jeep, brand new. He gave over 40 of them to judges in Delta State. Also, in that same, like I said, if you see what is playing out at the center, the way you see it, the way you react to it, it is the same way it is playing out in every state in Nigeria. They have money for everything, except the salaries, the salary package of the workers. It's the same. If we try that, it's going to bankrupt us. You know that there is no money like that, People cannot pay that kind of money, Jare. It's impossible. But it is very, very possible for a poor country like Nigeria to be writing a check of over 600 million naira for one individual because he's a senator. It is possible. It is so possible for the president of Nigeria to be taking over $100 million in every month in what they call the security votes. That's something they never told you. You remember when Dasuki was accused of using the money meant for arms deal, and they shared the money to PDP, shared the money and all of that for Jonathan. Well, that was the line of APC propaganda. They said the money that was meant for arms was in the hand of the NSA. That's not what happened. But the propaganda seems to have had a very good run among the ignorant, gullible Nigerians. The president of Nigeria doesn't collect his own security vote in Naira, in case if you don't know. As much as a lot of us kind of knows that the sponsor of terrorism in Nigeria, it has become an industry. What you should always remember as well is that the criminals in Nigeria crafted a dubious part of their law that says a state executive can actually allocate any amount of money due adequate as security votes to combat insecurity within their domain. That's what it says. And because it is about security, you are not really expected to give account of it. Because they cannot be telling you what they use the money for. Oh, we use the money to buy guns. Oh, we use the money to no. So they craftily crafted that out fraudulently. And every state in Nigeria, even the poorest state in Nigeria, go and check how much their governors are taking out for security votes in Nigeria. And then you understand why the insecurity in Nigeria is going nowhere with the system that these guys are operating. The president of Nigeria does not collect his own security votes in Naira. He gets paid in dollars, and he's the one to write how much he's going to take out based on the insecurity in the country, despite the country budgeting money for the armed forces, the police, for internal and external security. These criminals still take money. These criminal civilian, they are, because they are governors and they are president. They still take out money, okay, for security, to maintain security. So do you now see that even if there is peace in your states, and suddenly there is crisis, there is crisis that they have to bring police, they have to bring this or that. Somebody might be trying to justify the billions of naira they have stolen in the name of security votes. Dasuki was the national security advisor to Goodluck Egbere Jolantan. So on the authority of Goodluck Egbere Jolantan, Dasuki was able to authorize the Central Bank of Nigeria, which Emefiole was the governor, to release the money that was put in his own care. I mean, I'm talking about Dasuki's care. Look at that money. That money, you will handle it, okay? All you have to do is say, this is my letter from the presidiot, and then the NSA. $1 million should be released to, $2 million should be released to, $5 million should be released to, so and so. This is not salary, this is nothing. No. It is money they can do and use for anything. It is like a special fund, okay? So that you can use to further help provide security. Meanwhile, it is actually a conduit. So Dasuki was able to share over $2 billion, which is not from the account of any defense or anything. It is actually the money that has been accrued as security vote of Goodluck Egbere Jolantan. The money was kept to actually use to prosecute his own election in 2015. You know the whole story. Now you have somebody who is the NSA now. You know what Tinubu wanted to do for Ribadu? In order for Ribadu, apart from all that money that nobody knows how much Tinubu is collecting as a security vote right now, I promise you, it is always in dollars. Now, Tinubu and his gang, they sat together to open shop for Ribadu. On the security of Nigeria, they said Ribadu we should be collecting a certain amount from your own banks every time you make transaction. And it was going to be called cyber security money. So that was how they create that, okay, and give. However, like I said, these rogues, they have money for everything, except the one that is actually going to help the people or even help their own economy. And they will speak all manner of grammar, play all kinds of a propaganda. When they are caught in their propaganda, then they change it into, it's because you don't like us. That's why you are upset. Why are you so angry now? Is it because of, you know, because they never take responsibility, ever. Unfortunately. Now I'm going to leave them at that, since they said they didn't offer you, what is it called? They did not offer 105,000 naira. Because the problem here is this: any announcement they make now, right, is either going to automatically trigger and continue their strike, or since they are not making any proposal, here you get me now, I can tell you, maybe I can project what they will offer them. So they will offer you that 100 or 105,000. The one they dropped this afternoon, and then they denied it. So in the next few days, it's going to be possibly it's going to be the official minimum wage. And the rest of those states in Nigeria, they will just be like, okay, how much is the minimum? Is going to be 105,000. Okay, all right. So what's going to happen to the ones we have not paid when we were paying 30,000? You pay them too, and you pay this one. Really? Okay, we'll pay. And that's the dilemma. That's the situation they are in. So whatever happens, if you are a worker in Nigeria, look at me very well. You are fucked. Sorry about that, okay? Because of the children around. That's the best way to say it to you, so that you can understand. I'm supposed to say it even deeper than that, but let's pass that. See, you are forged. Either way, I will be here, okay, to see how you are going to react going forward. Ladies and gentlemen, you remember Bello Turuji? Bello Turuji. I prefer to say Turuji. So Bello Turuji is this notorious Fulani terrorist that has been operating in states like Niger States, Zamfara, and Katsina. Katsina is where Bokwari come from. Now, this Bello Turuji has been pronounced dead. At least if my memory is not playing trick on me, he has been declared killed twice, including the other one called Rabiu Dogo or something, I think called Dogo. The Nigerian army and those who are trying to force us to believe that, they are trying, now water pass Gario. They were spreading, they even shared the image of Turuji, a dead Turuji, but very blurry picture. So people doubted it, and they were right. People like me doubted that. And I was right. Turuji is alive, and alive, not just alive, he is alive and thriving in northern Nigeria. The Fulani terrorist, that's his activity is believed to be the reason why Nigerian lawmakers are now making laws to make sure that what Turuji said he's fighting for, they said that the government abandoned Fulanis, the Fulani others. The government, the Nigerian army has been shooting and killing them. So because of that, Nigerians will pay. And that's why you are paying with your lives. So in case if you just want a confirmation, take a look at Turuji and his men. Just introducing themselves and having fun.
Barin fito maku da shi kai da kace ka kama shi kai gashi ka duba wanda duk san baleri shi ne cikin kumandodin na Bello Turji da ake magana an kama waye to yanzu dai wannan abun ya zama dai duk labarin ƙarya ne saboda haka mutane ku fahimta to an.
So Turji is alive. The Nigerian army using propaganda to continue to protect terrorists. The Nigerian government also using their gaslighting and blackmail to also try to protect the terrorists by making laws that is in the interest of these terrorists. You see them so harmed, right? Those people are not considered dangerous by the Nigerian ruiners, the Nigerian government, than the way they see the IPOB, the one they have been working day, night, months, weeks, months now, years, to hang that toga of terrorism on. But you see these terrorists, you can't call them terrorists. They are Fulani herdsmen. They are just angry that Nigeria is not taking care of them. Okay? They are not benefiting from the good road. They don't have electricity. They don't have hospitals. They don't have schools. Their children, they don't have food. And that is why they had to kind of move their cows. And since Nigerians don't want to see their cows, I'm talking about the Southerners don't want to see their cows. So therefore, they could possibly just go into terrorism, kidnapping, and killings. Well, the Nigerian lawmakers today, in fact, it was yesterday. So they were discussing a law. The law that is going to protect that kind of terrorist. Okay? Protect them and provide for them what Nigerians can only dream of. They won't get it, so therefore the whole terrorism is never going to end. I'm going to take you back to the National Assembly. We're having a chat. So they were talking about the rights of cows. I mean, we have the animal rights groups. The animal rights groups are those who sort of campaign against cruelty against animals. You know, there are those who believe that, yes, indeed, animals are, you know, they are there. There are animals that are there for our own consumption. There are other animals that are there to be preserved. Some are there for our domestic. So they fight for the rights of all these animals, including the animals that are meant to be killed. Cows. So they are called animal rights fighters or animal rights groups. However, I did not know that a lawmaker in Nigeria, a senator in Nigeria, would actually be quoting the Nigerian law that says Nigerians can be everywhere or anywhere they want in Nigeria. And he's using that same law for cow. The Nigerian law says all Nigerians can go anywhere they want. So if the Fulani herdsmen are going anywhere, their cows also have right to go to wherever they want. Are you saying the cows are Nigerians? That law is meant for cows. I mean, it's meant for Nigerians. Nigerians are not cows. Yeah, I know Nigerians are not cows, but the cows have the same rights. Let us also be very careful. I'll show you one of them. I told you we'll continue later this evening, right? Now listen to one of them. The right of cows. This one is not today, but this is how I'm going to open the plenary in their Senate. Remember this lady who told us that we are just overreacting. The life of a cow, the life of a human being, and the life of a Nigerian and the life of a cow is not different. Sure, you understand? You remember her?
I don't know why Nigerians, we have become so edgy now. Maybe because of the food we eat now. We eat so much of Maggi. We have become so impatient that we don't want to listen to each other. We don't want to, provide solutions that will be workable to our country. Mr. Speaker, I sit here, my colleague is saying the cattle and the herdman, values his cows more than the lives he is killing. Which is not true. You can't sit down here and just make conclusions. Yes, the herdsman values even the life of the cow more than his own life. That is how God has created him.
No cow, not even 10 billion cows, is up or has enough value like a human being. It's not one human life. So when you say God has created them in such a manner that they value their cows more than human beings, I find that very insulting and demeaning.
I don't know why Nigerians.
I swear that happened inside the Nigerian House of Representatives under Bukwari. I don't know, Nigerians. I don't know. We have become so edgy. We don't want to listen to ourselves anymore. I don't know, maybe because of we are eating too much Maggi. Mommy. Somebody say amen. Ajia. Now Maggi no make us one live with a terrorist, abi. We they eat too much Maggi. See you. Now I think I probably have I now have an answer to why one true emperor is always angry. Too much Maggi. Because some of the things that is making you angry, right? If you know they chop Maggi, watch out. Those are the people making laws for people in Nigeria. And then she went on to say, yes, it is not true that a Fulani man valued the life of a cow more than the life of Nigerians. But, you know, this is how God created them. This is how God created us. Even us, a Fulani man, I value the life of the cow more than my life. Then you will know that you have a mad people, mad people in charge of decision making in that contraption, darling. Trust me, you have, you know why they call Nigeria a contraption, right? It is like lunatics have taken over the asylum. You know where an asylum is? Psychiatric home. Psychiatric home. You see, psychiatric home have patients and doctors. The doctors are supposed to be normal. Even the patients will be feeling like they are normal, even though they are not. Doctors can tell you they are not normal. Oh yeah, where they go? Where they know? Be careful, oh. But the situation is, Nigeria is like that. But the problem now is that I want Wale to take over asylum. Lunatics have taken over the asylum. Now, you see those of you who acted normal, you are now seated there and you are wondering, like you are wondering if you are the one who is sick. Do you know that? People will sit down and be like, I don't even know if I am thinking right. Am I the one who is crazy? I'm actually living in the Agbo Wirini. Yeah, it's true. It's their culture. The woman is saying the truth, Mayegu. It is the culture. It's their culture. You are saying that in 2024, they look Yahweh. And we have to be in the same country with people like that. Abba. Then they said we must be very careful how we discuss this. Listen to this senator.
Farmers had this issue. But I want to urge our colleagues and Nigerians generally to approach this issue of cattle ranching in good faith. It should not be seen as an issue that's going to be thrown away to some particular states because the Fulanis happen to come from those states. Because in the debate, the submission of the promoter of this bill, he said that the ranches can only be made from the states where the owners of the cows come from. I know what he's trying to do. We can't do it that way. Well, these Fulanis are Nigerians. They don't even benefit from government. They don't enjoy schools. They don't enjoy hospitals. They don't enjoy any roads. All the housing programs done by government, and they don't enjoy them. Nothing. So to just throw them away like that because they happen to come from they are assumed to have come from states that may not have even enough water, enough grazing area. And you say it can only be done in that state. I think it's not going to work. If we want to solve this problem, which is a national issue, we should approach it open mind. Where you have enough land, where you have land that can serve as cattle ranch with water and enough grasses and other food for the animals, we should be magnanimous enough and realistic enough to encourage and in fact support the establishment of ranches in those areas. But to confine them to one area is not so, it will not solve the problem. So we must, so what I said, we must approach this matter with in good faith. But to say, because I know if you say that you only want to do it in areas, maybe there are very few states in Nigeria that will be willing, that Fulani can claim to have come. But they are Nigerians. So of course, if you go to Oyo State or even Ogun State or even Abia, you get Fulanis who speak Igbos, Fulani who speak Yorubas, who don't go anywhere outside those areas. What do you tell them?